out in that.
Hey there, this is Dawn Lawrence with eXp Realty, and I have my lender, Melissa Condensa, with us. I will let her introduce herself, but she's from Guild Mortgage. So Melissa, tell us a little bit about yourself.
Thanks for having me. So I've been in the mortgage business for 22 years at this point. So seen some ups and downs.
You've seen the roller coaster ride throughout the last, 15, 20 years. Yeah, wow.
A front row seat.
Yeah, got it. And how long have you been at Guild?
6 years, actually.
So quite a while for a yeah.
It is a wonderful company.
Yeah, good. So Melissa, I asked you to come on to my show really quick, just for a few minutes, however long it takes. But I wanted to share with my clients and future clients a little bit about mortgage. And basically right now, the key word that everybody's using is interest rates.
Yes.
People are like, I'm going to wait for the interest rates to come down. And, I try to educate them. But we got so used to those 2 and 3% interest rates that people want that again. Of course we do, but reality is, and I'll let you talk on what reality is. So just some really quick questions while we get there. What are interest rates this week? What are they looking like?
So this week I would call them mid sixes. So I think the official rate this week was 6.48, so very close to 6.5. That is slightly up from the last couple of weeks, but still pretty much in line. They've been holding pretty steady at that level.
Okay, good. Why the fluctuation week over week? Can you explain that? I know that's a finance question, but
sometimes I think the main driver is just the market freaking out about the latest news that came out.
Yep.
So I think the biggest, and sometimes it's international news, like the biggest driver for this little increase was the Bank of Japan raising rates. So sometimes we can go through a day and rates look like they're dropping and they're going to probably be lower tomorrow. And then we'll have news out of England or Japan and overnight that changes everything. So it's usually a good bet if you're under contract, and you're within 30 days of closing, lock in a rate, because unless you like gambling.
Who knows what's going to happen? We didn't expect COVID to happen. And isn't it crazy how the world affects something as small as our interest rates on our homes that we buy? It just is mind blowing.
No,
sorry, go ahead.
Oh no, it is crazy.
Yeah. So Melissa, curious, I know you don't have a crystal ball or anything. Do you have any idea at all? Or can you predict, with information that you have, when will these interest rates come down?
So based on the information that we have and what we believe will happen is the key drivers for interest rates now are primarily inflation. So that's the primary driver. So we have to watch inflation. And as inflation comes down, we will see mortgage rates come down. Like that's a given. The other number that the Federal Reserve is looking at very closely is unemployment. And that's the one that I think is maybe going to be the reason why rates come down a little bit more slowly than we're expecting them to come down, because we have an incredibly strong employment market, which is a good thing, like by almost anyone's measure except the Federal Reserve. So they think that we need to lose more jobs as an economy to get inflation under control. And I don't know. I have a few reasons why I don't agree with that necessarily. Number one, I don't like to see people lose their jobs, but if there are this many job openings still, there are more job openings posted than there are employees available to take them, is the number I saw this week. How are we going to shrink? How is joblessness going to go up? Those jobless numbers are, so that's where I think the conundrum is. And kind of, I think the Federal Reserve wants to see that inflation is coming down despite those jobless numbers, or they will have to see that. So that's kind of where we are. But I still think by spring and how we define spring is kind of up in the air. But by spring, I think we'll see them come down. They're not going to come down to 2 or 3, but we'll come down into the 5s, and that will be psychologically a good thing for a lot of buyers who've been sitting on the sidelines.
Right, right. And the whole unemployment thing is like counterintuitive to most of us, that why would you want people to lose jobs to help recession? You know, to me,
It's crazy. It's crazy.
yeah, but we need to keep an eye on it. So thanks for that information. I'll definitely, I've always heard unemployment, but I thought it was the opposite, the less jobs, you know, so, well, thank you for that
Most of it
information. Yeah, great information. And, you know, as we see, hopefully that the interest rates come down to 5, which is a very normal market. Even 6% is a normal interest rate.
It's the 50-year average. Yeah.
Yeah, you know, again, we're just coming out of that 2-3%. So people just have to change their mindset and know that we'll probably never see that again. Hopefully we never have to go through our COVID days again.
Please no, please.
Yeah, so we talked about the major drivers for interest rates coming down in the coming weeks and months. So what I'm hearing constantly is, oh, I want to wait to sell. I want to wait to buy because I want interest rates to come down. So do you have any reason why buyers should wait for interest rates to come down at all?
No, I do not. And the reason is right now, because so many people are waiting on the sidelines, and it's literally only because they're waiting, inventory numbers are incredibly low. Like
Yeah.
they are the lowest they've been in a long time, which means this should be a seller's market.
Yeah.
But the buyers are on the sidelines waiting for rates to drop. So any buyer that's willing to stick their toe in the water and get out there and compete, they can negotiate really good deals. I mean, they can get closing costs paid. They can get a seller to subsidize their payment with a temporary buy down of their interest rate, save hundreds of dollars a month until they're ready to refinance.
Yeah.
And that's an opportunity that I think is going to be gone, like flash of light, like gone when rates do drop even a little. I don't think enough to be substantially lower. I think we're going to be seeing like multiple offers on houses again. And so I put together numbers for somebody recently where if you buy now at a 450 purchase price, you probably pay 450. You can probably get the seller to pay 3% in closing costs. So your cash to close, if you put 5% down, is like $22,000. If you wait until rates come down, let's say 5.75, that's just a psychologically better number. You might be competing with other people. You might have to pay 460 for that house. Now your rate's going to be 575 instead of 6, a little over 6, but you'll save $18 a month, but you'll be bringing $37,000 to closing because they're not going to be paying your closing costs anymore.
Yeah.
So that's a kind of different scenario that somebody today who buys today can take advantage of. And then when rates drop, they can refinance. So they get a better rate too.
I always tell my clients, marry the house, date the rate.
Yes.
So, you know, yeah. So, you know, you love our pink and red here.
Valentine's.
We're trying to rush the year, right? We're trying to rush those interest rates coming down. Yeah, great information. So I actually just had a listing where we bought down 1.5% of the buyer's interest rate, and that is what got us the deal. Homes are sitting on the market so much longer now. You know, we were used to putting it on the market on Thursday. By Friday we had offers, but we're gonna wait till Monday to see all the better offers that we're gonna get.
Right.
We're seeing homes sitting on the market, you know, 30, 60, 90 days, which again is normal.
Right.
You know, normal market. So in reality, the 6% interest rate, the 30, 60, 90 days on the market, these are really normal real estate things that are going on.
And I'm seeing some houses that still sell quickly. If they're priced right, they're staged, but sellers have to do more to sell their house. They can't just put a sign in the yard.
Yeah.
It's not going to work anymore.
And it's not, oh, my house is a mess, I'm not going to fix anything, but I'll have a buyer, and they do.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. People have to paint, put new floors, clean the carpet, you know. Yeah, it's a lot more work right now. And again, that's normal.
Normal. Yes.
Yeah. Well, Melissa, do you have any other advice for anybody thinking to buy, needing mortgage?
My one big piece of advice is don't be afraid to try. Now, if you go to an online lender, if you don't qualify now, they'll probably just tell you you don't qualify. But if you work with a local lender like myself, I mean, if you don't qualify now and you want to buy, I will give you a game plan to get there. And I think that's important because, and that's, I think, one of the reasons why people are so afraid to start the process, because they're afraid of being told they don't qualify. But if you're told you don't qualify and here's what you need to do, and sometimes it takes like, hey, in a week we'll have you qualified. So
Yeah.
if you want to buy, let's talk about it.
Yeah. So what is the best way for somebody to reach you?
I phone, text, you can go to my website, melissacondensa.com. That's probably honestly the easiest thing to do. You can find me on Instagram, YouTube. But if you want information, I do try to push out as much information as possible to help buyers through that process. And a lot of people want to do some research before they also talk to somebody or start the process. So melissacondensa.com.
Okay, well, thank you so much. And hopefully you get some people coming in there. So I just wanted to let everybody know that Melissa and I will continue these videos throughout the months coming. And hopefully every time we do a video, we'll have a little bit of more good nuggets
Absolutely. And strategies that can help people win in this market. I think that's so important.
Yeah. So if anyone has specific questions that they want addressed on these videos, just, in the chat below, just ask. We will definitely get them answered for you in a timely manner. So thank you so much, Melissa, and you have a great day.
Thank you. You too.